Hey guys, so I'm back again with another tutorial. This tutorial is going to feature a fall makeup look, and it's going to feature my Modern Renaissance palette by Anastsia. As you see through the tutorial, I'm going to be doing some contouring, highlighting, and I'm going to show you a lip color that is very inexpensive and one that I most use for the fall. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first shade that I'm going to use after I have applied some concealer on my eyes is it's called Burnt Orange on the Modern Renaissance palette. This is basically going to be used as a transition color just to apply your eyeshadow. If you do this, it helps your eyeshadow stay on longer and makes your other eyeshadows, if you use some, blend very easily. And before I apply on my other eyeshadows, I'm going to use my glue by Too Faced. It's a eyeshadow glue that helps apply your eyeshadows or any glitter that you may use. This is really good for the holidays if you want to apply a lot of glitter because it helps stay on all day long. And as always, if you see my other videos when I did makeup tutorial, I like to do just use my hands when applying the eyeshadow, using the fingertips of my hand. Because number one, this helps warm up your eyeshadow, and two, when you put it on your finger, you have more control of it than versus a brush. Okay, next what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that same brush that I used prior to putting my eyeshadow on, the one that I used on to apply burnt orange eyeshadow. I'm going to take it up top underneath my eyebrow and just blend out the eyeshadow so that it's kind of an even distribution of it. And next, I use my eyeliner by NYX to apply my eyeliner. There's really no right or wrong way you can apply your eyeliner, just as long whatever you prefer. I just like starting sometimes from the inner of my eyes and then working the way out because you can just get a straighter line. But whatever works for you, you just do that. And if you need any help, I will just list it in the comment section and I will make a tutorial on how to do that. In the video now, you can see me applying my Tarte primer on. This one is really good for people if you have oily skin because it helps your foundation stay on longer, which is why I like using it. It's like a 24-hour primer, so from the time I wear it in the morning to the time I take my makeup off, the foundation is not oily, it's not too thick, so it's a really good primer. Next, I'm going to start color correcting my face and trying to get rid of some of those hard dark spots that I have on my face. As you all know, I'm doing this skin treatment that I have been using and it hasn't fixed all of it yet. So I'm just going to color correct real quick and it only takes a quick second. So I'm using that for my Anastsia palette. Next, I'm taking my Maybelline Dewy Fit foundation in the color 365, which is coconut, and I'm kind of like dotting it on my face, and then I'm using a beauty blender afterwards to make sure that when I put my foundation on, it's not going to be too cakey or too thick, and this is why I like doing that. Now I'm taking my Anastsia palette in the colors Banana and Cream, and I'm just taking my finger to apply my concealer throughout the face, which is going to be on top of the forehead, down the nose, underneath the eyes, and on the sides of your cheeks. And the reason I use my finger instead of a brush is because this helps so that your finger will use the moisture and warm it up to your face easily. Then I use my beauty blender to make sure that when I'm buffing it out and blending, it will blend to my skin. If you use a brush, sometimes it's harder for it to blend to your skin. But as you can see with the beauty blender, my finger, I have warmed it up so that it's going to be easier to blend it out. And now to my favorite part of the video when doing makeup is setting your makeup by using a setting powder. I like to use Sacha Buttercup powders, Laura Mercier translucent powder. It doesn't really matter what type of powder you use unless you're going somewhere maybe where you're taking pictures. Then I would suggest using these powders because they have no flash. That's the most important thing when doing makeup and when you're setting your makeup, is to know that the consistency and the ingredients on this, because some of the powders will give you that little flash when you put your light and you do your when you take a picture on like your smartphone or anything like that, it will show like little residue on whatever you put your powder. And when doing this, I like to leave my powder on at the end because sometimes it's just easier for me to do the rest of my makeup, like contouring the sides of my cheeks while I let my powder set. When you are contouring, basically you're just using like a darker shade than what your skin color is, like maybe 1 or 2 shades darker, and you're gonna apply it as you can see on the sides of your cheekbone, and at the top of your forehead, just a couple spots there, and you're kind of gonna just, as you see in the video, buff that out. It basically just makes your makeup that you put on a little bit more in depth. So as you can see, I'm doing it on the sides of my nose, the cheek, and at the top of my forehead. Now I'm going to take my mascara and apply it on the lower lashes of my eyelids. And be careful when you're doing this, because sometimes, like you just saw in the video, you can pluck your, get too close to your eye, may irritate it, especially with the mica that's in the ingredient. So just take your time with that. Gotta have some fun. Me a little during dancing right here. And now all the powder that you just placed on your face, you're just going to take a little fluffy brush and gently swipe it off your face, just a little bit at a time. Take your time when doing this. And this just helps crease your makeup so that your makeup is a little bit more defined and you can tell where you have contoured it. And the final steps of makeup, you got to highlight, because that's the most important part. You want to highlight the parts where you have set your makeup, because when people look at you and you have your makeup on, they can tell like, wow, like she's kind of like gleaming, she's shining. So I usually do it at the bridges of my nose, and again I take my finger because it helps me so I don't put too much on, and it helps to where you can actually see the makeup kind of a little bit more than if you were had to use a brush. And just as you have set the powder underneath your eyes for when you when you highlight it, now you're going to set it with a deeper color for the contour. And as you can see, it makes your contour show up a little more Now finally, what I'm going to do before applying my lip color is I'm going to use whatever lip color that you like. Because I'm using a burgundy purple lipstick today, I'm going to be using a red lip liner to help me line my lips, but it really doesn't matter. It could have been red or purple, just as long as you have a lip liner. And the reason I do this is because when you're applying your lipstick, it just helps your lipstick, lip stain, whichever you use, stay on longer all day, even when you eat. And as I had said in the description box, this is like my favorite holy grail lip stain to use. It's like a little lip cream by NYX. It's called Copenhagen. This is like $6, but I tell you, when I run out of it, I run out of it like 3 times throughout the fall because it's like my favorite lip color. It's very easy to apply, doesn't take a lot of coats, and it's again, it's a lip cream, doesn't feel like a lip stain, but it really looks good. And I'm going to change my clothes in a few minutes so you can tell that it looks really good with my outfit that I have picked out. And yeah. Just want to say thank you for watching the video. I will put all the links to the makeup products down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.